Your vibranium remembers, and I'm about to show you what those memories are. Quote, Inan the Sorceress Supreme, Ultimate Black Panther. Year 2 starts here. With Moon Knight defeated and the Maker's Council forced to regroup, T'Challa must learn the secrets of vibranium because his very life and soul are at risk. The Sorcerer Supreme can help understand the truth of the terrifying element that built Wakanda, but her aid comes with a price. Ultimate Black Panther, Volume 1, Issue 13. A diabolical genius known as the Maker created his ideal Earth by systematically preventing anyone from ever becoming a superhero. To rule his perfected Earth, he placed supervillains in charge of different regions, and together the Maker's Council quietly orchestrated the history of the world. When the Maker was sealed away, the overseers of Africa, Ra and Khonshu, attempted to expand their reach to claim the impenetrable, isolated kingdom of Wakanda and plummeted the region into war. Finally, after months of battle, King T'Challa defeated them. However, the war left its mark. Moon Knight had empowered his army of zealots with a strange element that revealed how much of vibranium T'Challa still had left to learn. Plagued by dark visions, Black Panther asked confidants Storm and Killmonger to seek out the Sorcerer Supreme, Inan, to help. Khonshu and Ra are locked away in a Wakandan prison. As T'Challa and Inan get to know each other, Black Panther says, "So you are a magician." Inan replies, "A simple word for many layered thing, Your Highness." Then Black Panther says, "Eric tells me you're impressive, and he's not a man impressed by much." Inan responds, "He freed me to help you, so I'm here to help." Black Panther continues, "The world around Wakanda is swirling. I have no time for pretense. I have men who think they are gods imprisoned in my kingdom. I need honesty and clarity. Can you provide that?" Inan continues, "Your world is science and technology. Mine is myth and rumor, challenging the basic understanding of what is possible. But I can tell you what I know about vibranium, even if it will be bad news." Black Panther says, "I'm listening." Inan continues, "I require transparency, Your Highness. I can't help you if you're not open. I need honesty too." T'Challa says, "Understood. Ask whatever you need to ask." As Inan throws a piece of vibranium and floats it over to the Black Panther, Inan says, "Catch, you're having dreams, aren't you?" Inan continues, "Seeing things, dreams like memories of moments you haven't lived, images of things you can't understand, seeing phantoms, hearing their voices, compelled to act in ways they urge." Black Panther, being honest, says, "Yes." Inan says, "What do you fear, Your Highness?" T'Challa replies, "I fear I'm losing my mind, magician." Inan says, "Well, you're not yet. But if my theory is correct, you have a kingdom interwoven with ghosts of a very dangerous past." Black Panther questions, "Ghost?" Inan continues, "Vibranium is built into all of Wakanda, correct?" Black Panther responds, "Yes, for generations we have harnessed its power. Wakanda is vibranium." Inan says, "That's what concerns me. Those two fellows who call themselves God, Ra and Khonshu, do you know why they were able to harness vibranium's power? How they awakened the earth around them, built a temple, and pretended to be gods?" T'Challa says, "After my duel, my people laid claim to Moon Knight's fortress. We searched for answers, but found none." Inan responds, "I hear you are a genius, perhaps more than that, but you live in a world of reason and causality, a very narrow view of existence. Pardon me for saying, but narrow views shape the myths that define existence. You have a hypothesis. You just don't want to share it. Remember what I said about transparency. I can help you, but we have to trust each other. If we can't do that, then I will leave." T'Challa says, "I think vibranium is alive, that it has a conscience and a will, and I think I'm losing my mind to it." Inan says, "Well, you're not wrong. I have a little patience for doubt, Your Highness. The fact is your entire kingdom is at risk, built on something you don't fully understand. I don't even fully understand it. Objects can remember. The most powerful objects can even capture the consciousness of people. Have you ever walked into a room where a dead person once lived and felt their presence? Same concept. Your vibranium remembers, and it's about to show you what those memories are." The vibranium floats between Inan and the Black Panther, releasing a huge light. Black Panther says, "What is that?" Inan replies, "I may have leaped before I looked, Your Highness, as something emerges from the vibranium. It's alive." Throughout the series, the Amala Khan has spoken of a prophecy and Storm and Black Panther coming together, with Storm giving T'Challa his heir. Inan the sorcerer has repeatedly told Killmonger that he needs his strength. Meanwhile, Storm has a feeling of dread and wants to leave Wakanda. Killmonger does not trust T'Challa, but he trusts the purpose. Eric Killmonger sees Wakanda as having a purpose for both him and Storm. Killmonger says, not a home, a foundation. We can push them to share their power and their protection with all of Africa. Wakanda can be a continent, not just a kingdom hidden behind its walls. Moon Knight showed T'Challa that, and he will listen to us. Killmonger then asks Aurora, what do you want most in this world? Aurora replies, to protect those who cannot protect themselves. Killmonger says, and here we have a kingdom. Alone, we are just two, but together we can make these people better than they think they are. I have a vision. Storm responds, vision, can you see that? As she witnesses a huge bolt of light coming from where the Black Panther and Inan are. We see a creature emerge from the vibranium, appearing right in front of them. We know him as the Progenitor. Inan says to T'Challa, it's alive and it's going to try to destroy you. Black Panther responds, I'm right here, beast, as the vibranium has transferred into a creature, and T'Challa suits up quickly. The Progenitor rushes towards him. T'Challa blocks the attack, then delivers a roundhouse kick, throws up a rod, strikes it directly in the head, and follows with a flying kick that pushes the Progenitor back. The Progenitor crashes into the wall as T'Challa helps Inan to her feet. Inan says, the conscience of vibranium shoots like a bullet. The Progenitor hits the Black Panther, sending him crashing through the window. It then delivers another kick, launching him high into the air and letting gravity take its course as the Black Panther plummets from the sky. The Progenitor hits the ground. The Black Panther is falling right behind him, but Storm catches him and says, you may be king, but remember, you cannot fly. Meanwhile, the Progenitor rises from the rubble. The vibranium creature looks over the city and speaks in its own language. Storm turns to the Black Panther and asks, and what is that? Black Panther replies, you'll have to ask Inan. The monster then turns its head and Storm says, allow me. Storm spins into a tornado and then unleashes a thunderclap, striking the Progenitor with electricity. He burns from the attack, and now he is furious. The entire city of Wakanda is made of vibranium, and the Progenitor raises his hand. Buildings begin exploding. The Wakandans flee in terror. The Progenitor controls all vibranium, and Wakanda itself is built upon it. The Black Panther tries to stop the destruction of his city as the buildings collapse around them. He swiftly kicks the Progenitor, and Storm electrocutes him, but this time it has little effect. Inan then says, send him to me now. Black Panther shoots his own vibranium at the Progenitor, and then delivers a huge roundhouse punch. The Progenitor is stunned as Black Panther picks him up and throws him over his back into a portal that Inan has summoned. Black Panther asks, where did you send it? Inan replies, space. Deep space. Sister, rally the Dora Milaje and the Voodoo Khan. I want all the injured taken care of and the fires extinguished. Storm replies, the fires, I will handle them myself, as she calls the rain down from the skies. Then T'Challa turns to Inan and says, that thing lives inside. Vibranium? Inan responds, its conscience does. I gave it form, and it got out of hand. Your kingdom is filled with vibranium. This is beyond my ability, but not beyond my knowledge, Your Highness. Wakanda needs an exorcism. Next, Ultimate Black Panther, Volume 1, Issue 14.